Hi, my name's David Burns. I'm basically a lifetime resident of this city of Calgary, and I'm here to comment on the absolute farce of a city council meeting I saw today related to the Olympic 2026 bid. I was disappointed. This should have just died its well-deserved death at City Council. We've got 30% vacancy rates in the downtown core, 40 when you consider all the office space that people are paying for but not using because they've let all their staff go. We've got a federal government that is literally shutting down our ability to conduct business in the oil and gas industry, and a provincial government that seems helpless to do anything about it. And just ahead of budget announcements on November 14th, the day after the plebiscite about the Olympics, where, from what I understand, we're about to be hit with massive tax increases, painful tax increases, City Council decided to vote to let the plebiscite go ahead and let Calgarians choose. All right, I want to ask a simple question that wasn't addressed by anyone in those council meetings, not even those who were opposed to this. Where is the money to pay for these games coming from? Is the federal government swimming in extra revenues? No. The federal government is seriously in debt and has been seriously in debt for a long, long time. Is the provincial government swimming in extra revenues whereby they can afford an Olympic Games in Calgary? No. The provincial government, due to the complete fall off in business activity in this province, is likewise swimming in red ink and has no money. Is the city, which has all these half-built construction projects all over town, making the city virtually impassable, are they awash in money? No. Because of the fall off in business revenues and resulting business taxes from business activity in the city, they're going to have to turn around and ding the residents of this city in a major way. And pain's going to be coming. You can be guaranteed of that. And yet they still decided this was a worthy project to invest 5-point-some billion in the city. Again, ignoring the fact that our government spending at all three levels is out of control. Basically, when you consider Sochi, or you consider the games that were held in Russia, which came in to the tune of tens of millions of dollars, this lowball bid does not truly reflect what the final costs are going to be at all. And of course, they're looking for another $3 billion in corporate donations. Where are those going to come from in this current business climate? We're heading into a global economic downturn. Where do you think you're going to get the $3 billion to support the Olympics in Calgary that way? The other thing that really disturbs me, while they had a whole bunch of yes people showing up to City Hall, everybody else is, of course, working and trying to make a living, and the yes people were allowed to basically answer any and all questions given to them, nobody from the no side is even allowed to speak. So here we have taxpayer dollars promoting this Olympic bid, Calgary Economic Authority, etc. I hear we've spent already up to 30 to 35 million just on the bid process. We haven't, maybe there's been $1 million for advertising, but all the little pieces put together, we've spent about $30 to $35 million just putting a bid together. And we get this last minute kind of clarification around what we need for Calgarians to and we're supposed to be bum rushed into this whole thing. It's a non-binding plebiscite, so even if they get a no vote, they could turn around and decide they're a lot smarter than the rest of us. They're just going to go ahead with it anyway. We've heard that there may be problems with the voting process in that there could be double or triple voting if people aren't kind of watching for that kind of thing. And we've already had people put their votes together based on the information they had, and now we're changing the whole equation, but City Council is fine with that. This City Council, in my opinion, is completely out of control. Yeah, when you're in the business world, if you don't run your business very well, it goes bankrupt and out of business. Somebody accused City Council of promoting this idea as their own personal vanity project, and let me tell you, many citizens of the city of Calgary feel that way, even if you don't like that characterization. And more to the point, the city is becoming the biggest business in town, and it is slowly squeezing all other business from the city, which is a very dangerous place to be. Now, the whole thing about politics is they say all politics is local. And so, first of all, if you're a citizen of this city, I encourage you to get out and vote. One of the things I'm deathly afraid of is we get a 20-25% turnout on this thing. They get a close or marginal yes victory, and they say, there you go, see, Calgarians have decided, and, you know, we just got to do it now. And that would be a real shame, because, like I say, that just like the Montreal Olympic experience, we could be saddling this part of the world, not just Calgary, but Alberta generally, with a debt that we don't recover from for decades. And I don't think that's an exaggeration at all. As far as the economic benefits that will come to this city, there's been numerous studies that have shown the economic benefits of holding an Olympics are minimal at best. It's not going to create a whole new Silicon Valley here just because Calgary's on the map. I mean, never mind that the Olympic Committee is one of the most corrupt bodies on the planet. We shouldn't even be entertaining them here. On top of that, we don't have the same cast of characters overseeing this whole process. Even if you're not in Calgary, if you live in Alberta, you're going to be paying for this as well. There's a Canadian Taxpayer Federation petition. You should get your name on that. I mean, if enough people were to sign that, that would register how upset people are about this whole process. You have so lost touch with the taxpayers of this city, who you feel, I guess, are your personal piggy bank. It's time to get some new blood in there. And actually, anyone else who's voted to go ahead with this, despite all the promises that were made and broken, we were supposed to have a lot more information on the table than we do right now about this decision. We're supposed to make a decision on this. And on top of that, the whole deck is stacked in favor of yes. They've got a large advertising budget. They had a whole bunch of their supporters show up in City Hall all decked out to show, you know, how much they support things. Very nice that they didn't have to go to work and earn a living. But anybody else on city council who voted for this, I think it's time for you to retire. Now, some of you aren't returning, which is, I think, another reason why the support is so high. Some of you would just like to have this feather in your cap. And if people don't think that having an Olympic committee or involvement or getting a bid into Calgary wouldn't be a little perk for the resume, you're out of your minds. But I'm furious with this. This is the illusion of consultation, which is so much like so much of city council lately. It's the illusion of consultation and the illusion of choice. And a lot of these people will not be around to answer for the problems that come as a result. And my concern is this city will be fundamentally changed and bankrupted in a way that it will not recover from. So if you are against this Winter Olympic bid, get in there and vote. And if anybody says, well, you're not informed, ask them, where is the money coming from? Where are we going to get the money? We're heading into a period where interest rates are rising. So are our calculations about the amount we're going to need to spend to service this debt, because that's the only way we're going to get the money to do it, is by borrowing, are they accurate? And if we get serious spikes in interest rates, those costs could skyrocket. Look, you don't enhance your economic position in life by cranking up your credit card. You can go out and wine and dine on that credit card like crazy, but you're no better off at the end of the day. In fact, your situation is compromised. And we have to send a message to City Council to start listening more carefully to the people they're supposed to represent. This vote could be a great way to do it. So get out. There's some advanced polling the 6th and 7th of November, I believe, and then there's the main vote on November 13th. Make sure you vote. Take this seriously, or this city's going to be screwed for a long, long time. Never mind the seniors who will be booted out of their homes because they can't afford the tax increases. Never mind the residents who will be bumped out of their apartments to accommodate Olympic guests, as happened in Vancouver. Never mind the construction and the inconvenience that we're already experiencing. This thing could be a real horror show, and seeing as how council talked about this on Halloween, I think that's quite appropriate. If you're a resident of this city, make sure you vote. If you're not a resident of this city but you live anywhere in Canada, let your MP know that you do not support this. If you're in Alberta, let your MLA know that you're not supporting this, because believe me, you will pay for it anyway. I'll come back with more. There's some articles below that talk about some things you might want to read up on regards to the Olympics. And again, I'm disappointed our media has been so solidly behind this. I guess they know where their bread is buttered. Citizens, we have to stand up and let our voices be heard. Thank you.